Hey guys, welcome to Rev Confidence. No matter what happens to you, you can determine what it means. What an amazing way to look at life. If you master this, you can increase the level of peace you experience and decrease the amount of fear that tends to paralyze you. The great French philosopher Montaigne said, "A man is not hurt so much by what happens as by his opinion of what happens. And our opinion of what happens is entirely up to us." For example, I have heard two different opinions about an occupation. One person may say, "This job really stinks." The other person proclaims, "This job is a blessing." Two different people, two different opinions, same employer. So what's the difference? Each person determines what the job means to him. Life circumstances and difficulties are the same way. You determine what they mean, and you determine how you're going to view them. How you view them determines how you're going to feel about them. Nothing influences how you determine the meaning of something more than the feeling it produces. Difficult circumstances give you a feeling of pain. Pain is an emotion which humans try to avoid as much as possible. I have never met a person who is excited and joyful about impending pain. Fear is one of the worst culprits that brings us pain. And of course, we naturally steer away from things that cause us fear. Dale Carnegie wrote that fear stops more people than anything else. When I talk about fear, I'm not talking about dangerous or life-threatening events or individuals. I would never jump into an active volcano or pick a fight with an MMA fighter. I am referring to non-life-threatening risk or sacrifice to get to a desired result, whether it is an external goal or internal growth. There's a huge problem with avoiding the feeling of pain caused by fear. Think of fear as a wall. On the other side of fear is exactly what you want: success, freedom, peace, joy, growth, development, and your dream. To get to it, you must bust through your fear. However, when you think about running into a wall, you immediately envision great pain and unstoppable resistance. To avoid that kind of pain and disappointment, you stop before hitting the wall, accepting things that don't satisfy. When you refuse to push forward because of the fear, you have determined what that wall of fear means to you. In your mind, it is a 20-foot tall, double-layered brick wall that you can never penetrate. But wait a moment. You have seen examples of people who have pierced the wall of fear and are experiencing financial success, relational success, and individual success. So how do they do it? Better yet, how can you do it? Fear is a phantom. You have the power to determine what you believe fear is. It's not tangible or impenetrable. Instead of viewing fear as a wall of bricks, look at it as a wall of rice paper. It stands in your way, it's opaque, you can't see what's on the other side of it. But once you go forward and push your way through it, it may give you some small resistance, but it can be easily broken through. If everything you desire is on the other side of fear, the question is, how do you change the way you feel about fear? How do you take away the bite of pain that results from fear so you can achieve the results you want? The bottom line is you have to determine what fear means. What if you fear failure? There is no growth or maturity without experiencing setbacks or failures. Imagine when you were a toddler, if you had given up on walking after the first or second time. You would still be crawling around like a baby. The more you overcome each failure, the stronger and more resilient you become on the other side. The stronger and more experienced you become, the faster fear dissipates. What if you fear rejection? There are so many ways to be rejected. You can face personal rejection, you can face sales rejection, you can even face internal rejection. The question is, how are you going to handle it? Remember that not everyone is going to like you. Not everyone will want your product or service, and most importantly, you are not perfect. You have to accept who God made you to be and not beat yourself up about every flaw. Remember, Your goal, your dream, your soulmate, and your confident self dwells in the land of rejection. Go in and get it. When you do, fear flees. What if you fear the unknown? When you don't know what the end result of your endeavors will bring, you experience fear. There really is no way to know what may happen until you charge into the unknown and go after what you want. If you do nothing bold to add to your life, you know exactly what you're going to get. More of the same. Do you really want to take a slow ride till you get safely to your grave? You don't want to sit on the sidelines, staring into the fog of the unknown, experiencing a pain that can be worse than fear. Regret. Life is an adventure. Live it. When you have replaced your meaning of fear from fear being pain to fear being the gateway to your opportunities, you become unstoppable. Remember, the Bible says that God has not given you the spirit of fear. Instead, God has given you the spirit of power, love, and self-control. If you find this material valuable, please be sure to subscribe to receive more confidence building videos. Thank you guys.